I don't think that a rapid and precipitous decline is very likely. On the contrary, I mean, I think we should remember that the United States still retains an important technological edge. Almost all, I mean, the major electronic companies of the world are American-based. Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, and others, and the American airspace industry, I mean, is still the leading of the world, and America is well posed, I mean, for the advances in the life sciences and the kind of the industrial use of the new biological breakthroughs going on. Pharmaceutical companies are very well positioned, and the United States is still, I mean, the overwhelming military superpower, and whether the Chinese, I mean, will find it worthwhile to reach parity with the United States is difficult to tell. They will probably try, but it will be a question of cost and so on. I mean, given that China is a much poorer country. So the United States will, for the foreseeable future, remain a major economic player in the world, and a major military power. But its influence, I think, will continue to decline, and is already quite discernible. I mean, for instance, in the recent upheavals of the Middle East, and so on. I mean, of old, a central strategic concern to the United States. But it's clear, I mean, that the Americans don't really know what to do. So, I mean, the only thing they know is that they will stand by Israel, whatever Israel is going to undertake. But apart from that, they really don't know, and they have lost their kind of leverage outside Israel as well in the Middle East. So that's we can already see, I mean, how American influence is waning. Now, what will that imply? Hopefully it might mean a more peaceful world. That's not for certain, but the Chinese are certainly much less prone, I mean, to intervene in various parts of the world. They certainly prepared, I mean, to defend and what they regard as their national interest, but they tend to be quite limited and narrow, although sometimes even narrow-minded, as all this anger about a couple of uninhabited rocks in the South China Sea, for instance. But the countries of the Confucian civilization, they don't have this missionary sense, this sense of mission, which is typical, I mean, of the Christian European culture, which the United States has really taken over with gusto and really made the manifest destiny of the United States. What Mitt Romney called, I mean, the greatest power for good in human history, and this power for good, of course, must spread its wings and its bombs everywhere. The Chinese don't see the world like that, so that might be, one positive aspect of it, that we will see less of these endless wars and interventions in all parts of the world.